100% Chelsea. Chelsea 3, Roma 3. Threw away a 2-0 lead. I guess it's all right because everything stays as it is, but it's not exactly great off the back of the past couple of performances.
The word that comes to mind for me is inconsistent. Like, I felt towards the first 20 minutes we were alright, we were doing well. I felt like we were dominating the play, but towards the end of the second half we started to give Roma too much space. Kolarov smashes one in. To be fair, there's nothing Courtois was doing about that, but I felt we got into that position way too easily. And then the second half happened, and I don't understand why we sat back so much and just let them come at us. And I get if Conte wants to play a defensive performance and he wants to counter that, that's fair. But the fact is, we didn't even look like we were defending well. We were just chasing balls. That we weren't blocking anything. Nothing seemed to work. And I felt we would have been losing in the first half if it wasn't for the fact that Roma's finishing was poor. And then Dzeko bangs another unstoppable one, and fair play. But should he really have been given that space? I think not. And then Conte, the substitutions from Conte just looked weird. Like, taking off David Luiz for Pedro, I can understand if you want to attack more, but I would have preferred to take Fabregas off.
According to Lawrence, David Luiz came off and went straight down the tunnel with an injury. So that's another injury where he went straight off. Straight on the bench, so he didn't go off with an injury.
Then I don't understand it, because Fabregas again had a poor game, and I understand that we're missing Kante, and that can possibly limit Bakayoko's performance, because Bakayoko has more freedom around Kante because of how good he is, how great his positioning is, how great his tackling is. You're not offered that with Fabregas. You'd be slightly more offered that with David Luiz, mainly because of the fact that David Luiz is a lot better in terms of athleticism, better going forward, better going back, and he's got a good ball in him. He's got a good ball on him anyway, so what's the point in taking off David Luiz for Pedro, and then when we're down 3-2, you bring on Rudiger and you take off, who did he take off again? I think it was did he take off another attacker? And then you take off Hazard as the third substitution. Now you can say, yeah, maybe he's trying to rest him for Roma. He substitutes him off in the 80th minute. No point. No point in trying to give him rest for the Watford game when there's 10 minutes left. You might as well just keep him going. Yeah, you might want to bring in fresh.
He's a lefty.
Fuck off. You might want to bring in. Yeah, you might want to bring on William for the fresh legs, but taking off your best player when we're chasing the game from going 2-0 up to going 3-2 down. I just didn't understand the substitution from Conte. I didn't even understand the tactics. Like, what did you think?
I'm doing that in my review. This is your fan cam.
You're not saying it. Alright, cool. But I just didn't understand. It's the third game in a row that we've been outplayed in, and we said we needed a win for the confidence boost going back into the Premier League. You can say, yeah, we didn't lose, but we didn't win anyway, and it wasn't convincing. So right now, I'm not convinced that we're even going to beat Watford, because Watford have been playing well. Watford have been playing well too. You've said it yourself on your own channel. Subscribe to Louis Beneventi, by the way. You're welcome. But
fucking useless. That's
what he said. It just was another disgraceful performance. Again, I feel like I'm going round and round circles in, but I didn't understand substitution. I didn't understand anything that Conte was doing. He looked scared. He honestly looked scared. The second half, we looked afraid of Roma. And the fact is, we're champions of England. Are we really meant to be? Are we meant to be afraid, or are we meant to be the team striking fear in the other opponents? I know which one we're meant to be, but the players don't know that. The players look afraid, they look out of form, they look out of confidence, they look out of everything. And the fact is, we're going to need to fix up and soon, because after Watford, our next home game's Manchester United. So this is starting to get worrying. This is really starting to get worrying. If we don't beat Watford, I don't know what we can do. You can say, yeah, we're starting to get injuries, but then that goes back to the same thing we said again at the start. Depth. Why did we not go in the transfer market and get the players that we needed to get? Why did we piss about in the transfer market yet again after winning the Premier League? Why the hell do we win the Premier League and then we just get complacent? We think, all right, these players are good enough. We don't need to do anything else. We can just sit back, let these players do the same thing again and again. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You have to keep rotating. You have to keep changing. You have to keep the competitiveness going. And the fact is, the board haven't done that again, and that's why we're in the position that we're in right now. So let's see what happens on Saturday, but I'm not confident.